Hey guys, Ken here. Now I have to say that I'm really happy with the debut of the Peacemaker TV series that's out on HBO Max right now. Last year's Suicide Squad sequel was one of my favorite movies. It tanked at the box office and it lost a whole lot of money, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't a whole lot of fun too. Now, the concept of a team that's as wild as the Suicide Squad, it shouldn't necessarily be a recipe for box office gold, but the first one I think did something like 600 million worldwide, because it was technically an action movie that was starring one of the world's biggest stars, which is Will Smith. Okay, now he was playing a role that people were happy to see him in at that point. And let's not forget the trailer's promise of having the Ben Affleck Batman appear in the movie as well, which he did in, I think, maybe about two cameos. And also the debut of the Jared Leto Joker too, which at the time was huge news, all right? Yeah. So all those combinations, I mean, 600 million, I guess, no problem, right? But when it came to the sequel did have some star power too, with Idris Elba, Margot Robbie, and the thing is that it had a much more vibrant, diverse cast than the first one, but most of them were practically unknowns. They weren't really big, huge stars, and I think coupled with the R rating, okay, the second time around, plus the fact that the film was released during a very challenging time at the box office and also released simultaneously on streaming, I think all of these factors probably did play a huge part in the fact that the movie couldn't really take off, but it should have. All right, it is a blockbuster cinematic feast. It is a triumph for the DC universe. That's what I would feel watching it, and it had a lot of great characters that you didn't know much about going into the movie, and by the end of it, you kind of felt that you wanted to know more about them. Now, John Cena's Peacemaker character was definitely one of the standouts in the film. He's one of those characters that you've seen a character like this before on the big screen, a huge kind of a goofy guy that's always saying the wrong thing at the wrong time. The person that you can be expected to do some really dumb things, but somehow or the other, he always pulls it off, all right? And he's one of the standouts in the film for sure, not just in terms of his size, but also because of his incredible comic timing. Okay, I thought that he had some really good lines, okay, really good delivery, and John Cena's really improved a lot as an actor. Okay, he's come a long way since stuff like 12 rounds, back in the day, movies like that. And these days, I think that he's really proven himself to be a really good and entertaining actor to watch. Okay, and he seems to be really fitting in with this role, and it's great to see him. Okay, you watch him in something like this first episode of Peacemaker, and he's really comfortable in the role. And the thing is that the show, well, it does look pretty much like a TV show. Okay, like it's got the budget for a TV show that could be done, on a streaming channel. It doesn't really have that much of a sort of like a big budget cinematic quality to it. But John Cena pretty much carries the entire first episode just with his charm alone, right? And it's very entertaining. Okay, he's settled with a cast of characters that pretty much at this point they look like they could be mostly comic relief. All right, everybody's always saying something really quirky, something really silly, or something pretty dumb. Okay, and you just know it's a TV show because people don't talk like that in real life. But somehow or the other, everything seems to work. I think this first episode was really clicking on a lot of levels. One of the pleasant surprises was seeing Robert Patrick turn up as Peacemaker's father. That's right, okay, the Robert Patrick, the T-1000 himself, the steely-eyed, super-morphing assassin killer from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Well, he's come a long way since then, but well, actually, if you've been following stuff on TV like Sons of Anarchy and Mayans MC, you've seen that, you've seen him popping up on TV shows like that as of the last couple of years. So he's pretty much still been a presence on screens. He's really looking pretty aged, I would say, but he's got a pretty good role here. You just know that he's more than just a disgruntled dad. All right, there's something else going on with this guy, and I think that the later episodes are going to flesh him out a little bit more. But it's fantastic to see him here, and the rapport that he has with Peacemaker is leads to some pretty funny scenes, I think. Overall, the first episode kind of seems like it's just basically setting up the stage. All right, Peacemaker's been drafted into a new mission that he has to do, okay, that he absolutely needs to complete, or else they're going to send him back to prison or blow him up or something like that. So, yeah, a lot of it's just setting up the story. But then, somewhere towards the last 10 minutes of the show, just when you think that things are winding down, the show suddenly kicks into maximum overdrive. Okay, it's like all the freaking sex, the nudity, the action, the gore, and the violence that they could possibly cram in that first episode just gets, sort of like just shoved into the final 10 minutes. And I just felt that, wow, this is one hell of a send-off, okay, for this debut episode. If you were possibly ever in doubt that the show was going to be taking a sort of a no-holds-barred, super hard-edged, R-rated approach to the storyline, well, I think that this last few minutes of the first episode would kind of like clear off all those doubts. All in, I gotta say that this is a great, very, very entertaining first episode. Okay, it came out really strong, straight out the gate. The episode is actually written and directed by James Gunn. So pretty much, I mean, if you're expecting a lot of James Gunnisms to be in there, you get that, all right? You definitely get that, and you also get it with a hard R rating, all right? So I definitely recommend checking out Peacemaker. I can't wait to check out the rest of the episodes as well. I'm definitely on board with this new show. I definitely want to see what other surprises they have in store. Definitely, they're going to throw at us a lot of stuff that's also from the DC universe, a lot of cameo appearances from, long forgotten characters, storylines, stuff like that. Okay, we already got a tease of Vigilante, all right? He's supposed to be debuting too. So, hey, guys, I mean, if you're a DC fan, if you're a fan of like action shows, if you just want something on TV that's really quirky and really R-rated, definitely check the show out. So that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed tuning in. Let me know what you thought of the review. Let me know what you thought of Peacemaker episode 1. If you've seen it, okay, comment below. And I'll catch all of you guys again real soon with more content. Thank you.